Okay, so first of all, Uncle Lou. Now, if you know me, then you know me and Uncle Lou have a small history. But nonetheless, Uncle Lou. So today I watched a 15-minute video of Uncle Lou talking about the Miami Hurricane. And yes, I watched all 15 minutes of it. That being said, listen, Uncle Lou is one of my favorite YouTubers. One of my favorite YouTubers. Do not get it twisted. And I listened to this man talk about Miami for 15 minutes straight. And I must say, hard pill to swallow, but he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. But the Miami fan in me don't want to hear the shit. We don't want to hear it, Lou. Lou, we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. Worry about your Georgia Bulldogs accomplishing something in more HD, more clear than this shit that I'm seeing behind me. But he did say we was going to talk about 1980, so let's give him what he's asking for. Okay, so Georgia Bulldogs, the Georgia Bulldogs that we know of today, they've been winning 11 games, 12 games, and all that stuff. They just can't get over the hump. They can't get to the promised land and win it. Now, they've been to the promised land one time since 1980. That's tough. That's tough. But we want to talk about Miami, who hasn't pretty much done anything since we got into the ACC. Like I said, everything he said in that video is correct. Now, there are reasons why Miami has not done anything in the ACC. And, you know, that's tough. We're not going to make no excuses. But going through coaches. Now, I'm a firm believer that if you bring in a guy, you had hopes and dreams or whatever, that's why you brought him in. That's why every program bring in any coach. When they're not working out, it's time to move on. Now, I do understand the degrees of firing the head coach every 3 years, bringing in somebody. Your program ain't gonna go nowhere. That's tough. That's tough. But I also believe that if you bring in a guy and he's not doing shit, he's losing games, your team's not getting no better, your player's not getting developed, you have to say goodbye to that guy. Say goodbye. Goodbye. Get the hell out. See you. And we'll start this shit all over again. And if the other guy comes in with hopes and dreams and promises, that's tough. That's tough. Say goodbye to him too. But at the end of the day, our standards are compete for national championships. National championships. We are not ACC homers. There are a lot of SEC homers. They're just happy to compete in their division. Oh my God, we won 10 games this season. Oh my God, we made it to a New Year's Six Bowl game. Oh my God, we are third fiddle in our conference every single year. That is the Georgia Bulldog that we're talking about. Now, Georgia, 2017, you made it to the national championship where you was up 23 points or something like that. You had 23 points. You had Alabama in the ropes, whatever. You could have won the game. But that same head coach that you got right now, Kirby Smart, a.k.a. Kirby Dumb, blew the game, and we watched the national championship get handed to Alabama, and we watched the Georgia Bulldog players cry during the celebration. Yes, cried. Real tears. They were so close. But that was expected of Georgia because Georgia's been choking for 40. Damn, Georgia's been choking longer than I've been alive. My birthday was this past Sunday. You know, happy belated birthday to me, myself. Thank you, T2Y. Pat yourself on the shoulder. Now, I'm 33 years old, and I've never seen Georgia win a championship. I watched the Miami Hurricane win the championship in 2001, and to lose the Fin. What is that doing for you right now? Well, absolutely nothing. But what is Georgia's history doing for them? What can you do? Promise recruits? Hey, Come to Georgia, you get results, whatever. You get into the league, this, that, and the third. That's the mission, correct. But you can also promise a player going to Georgia that, hey, you will never win a championship, but you will come close. You got to be quicker than that. That's the reality for the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, Georgia is in a better predicament than the Miami Hurricanes, of course. We saw it. They're sitting at 3-0 right now. Number 2 in the country with an easy cupcake schedule. They could run the table, make it to the SEC championship, and possibly give Alabama a run. That's tough. But we know Georgia over the years because we're going off what we saw. Georgia has always had good teams that can make it, but they always find a way to kick themselves in the ass. South Carolina. Now, we're not going to keep kicking that dead horse because we know they just handle South Carolina like nothing. So every season now, every Georgia fan is watching that game closely because they don't know if South Carolina or some cupcake team on their schedule is going to upset them, ruin their chances, and they'll be back next year. We're going to win the championship next year. We're going to go undefeated next year, and it's always next year. It's never this year. It's always next year. Now, this year, so far, you're 3-0, one game at a time. One game at a time now, Georgia fan. A lot of you guys are already claiming the national championships. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. We've seen you go up and down this road for 41 years. I'm pretty sure I wasn't even born yet. I was probably floating around spiritually watching you guys lose. But Georgia, leave Miami alone, okay? Let us Miami fans, let us as a team or whatever go through our problems. It's our problem, not yours. I understand there's a lot of history between us and you guys. Wait, nope, never mind. There is no history. The last time we played you guys was 1966, and we beat you guys 7-6, a 1-point win. Nonetheless, it's a win. But we haven't played you guys. We haven't ran into you guys, not in a bowl game. Oh, Georgia fans, Miami hasn't won a bowl game. They've been to 20, they only win 1. So what? What does that have to do with Georgia? What does that have to do with Georgia? I can't think of nothing. Nothing. Maybe you guys know what that has to do with Georgia. Maybe you guys are jealous of Miami that you guys are winning the games, you guys are getting the top recruits, but everybody seems to pay attention to this you. Why? I don't know, Georgia fans. Maybe you guys could tell me. Now, if you want to watch your championship, you want to feel good about your team, go back and watch it. Now, to me, this doesn't even look like a football game. You know what this look like? This look like Nintendo 64. One of those old Madden games. That's what it looks like right now. Nintendo 64. Do Notre Dame, does anybody even, I'm pretty sure Notre Dame doesn't even remember these jerseys. I'm pretty sure. Now, like I said, Georgia. Worry about Georgia and stop worrying about Miami. I understand. Listen, worry about Georgia. Hell, leave Tennessee alone. Their championship is way more relevant than you guys. They're going through a tough spot. They're firing head coaches, blah, blah, blah. And they probably will never get back to dominance and blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And y'all going to say the same thing about Miami, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. We are so bad, but we are so relevant that you guys take time out of your days to talk about us. That's tough.